It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Hornets in Charlotte. Checking out the Hornets, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And guys, we'll be watching Roy Hibbert tonight, arguably the league's premier rim protector. Kenny, his reach and length make it so difficult to try to get anything near the basket.
Yeah, even if the best finishers in the game, they talk about Roy Hibbert when they come in the lane. They have to pay attention to him. He concentrates on defense more than offense, and he takes pride in it.
You know, he knows how to challenge shots by staying vertical. He's the master of verticality. He doesn't pick up cheap fouls, but he still contests shots.
And we will send it over to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Hornets at the Time Warner Cable Arena. We're all set to bring you NBA action. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Gerald Green. They will definitely miss his contributions.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
Boys, nice time.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. And it's Monroe in at the 5 spot. Batum wide open. He fires. No good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. When you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
That free throw, no good.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
So we can't get either to fall. And for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that. Were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
Antetokounmpo against Batum. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Can't cash in from close range. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Hornets ball, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Monroe dishes to Carter Williams. Shot clock at 6. Back to Monroe. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
And so here's Charlotte. Walker the pass to Batum. Hibbert with the screen. And Batum kicks to Walker. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Kemba Walker with an eerily similar season once again. Stats the last 3 years have ironically been very close.
Yeah, you talked about those 3 years. Almost 18 points a game in around 35 minutes. So did so on just under 16 shots as well. So becoming more and more efficient.
First free throw is good.
You know, it's kind of one of those weird anomalies when you look at Kemba's numbers, because in each of those seasons, he played a different number of games. Just one of those kind of quirky, weird things we pick up on sometimes when our brain is foggy.
Kemba Walker hits them both.
And for Walker, guys, and his stats, even for players considered consistent, there is more variation than what Walker has put up.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. A 14-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
And stolen by Hibbert. And it's Walker penetrating. The 11-footer and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. To the paint, here's Parker, and finished off by Parker.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Walker dishes to Lamb. Back to Walker. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Bucks trail. Up top, Carter Williams, guarded by Walker. Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe, and stolen by Hibbert. Here's Lamb. Rebound by Monroe.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. Yeah, and right when you thought that shot was leaving his hands, he reinvents it.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Williams inside the line. Tries to keep it alive. It's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
And a brief check of the stats for Williams. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 5th in steals. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And back to what you said, I mean, he's stealth like a ninja. You had the ball, now you don't. And you never saw him coming.
And Parker comes with the help. Over in the corner, Batum. Back to Hibbert. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Middleton. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. Parker left side. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Parker's got his second bucket.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Lamb. Misses off the left iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Middleton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. The pass to Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Middleton, the bucket on the assist by Parker.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment. And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Now here's Parker. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. It's tipped and stolen by Hibbert. Middleton against Walker. Over in the corner, Lamb from deep. They get the rebound. Here's Hibbert. It's deflected, but they recover it. A shot by Batum, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. Antetokounmpo passes to Parker, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 6 points for Parker. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
Group on the floor now for Charlotte. The Bucks have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30 and 22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
Six on the shot clock. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
For Milwaukee, they have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
A big dip in performance here for the Hornets last year. In 2014, they were very tough to beat at home, and that was not the case in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled to string together those defensive runs at home, and in the end, that led to their less.
And the dunk by Zeller.
Did not need 2 hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do just fine.
Yeah, but just to switch it up a little bit.
Here's Teletovic. He had 10 points in the win against Orlando. Here's Dellavedova. He's covered by Sessions. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Vaughn can't get it to go.
And you know, that record for the Hornets last year at home, they ended up going 19-22, 6 fewer wins than they had in 2014 when they last made the playoffs. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Plumlee, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And getting back to the Hornets, they were the worst shooting team in the league at home. And they have to remedy that in a hurry. Shot only 42% here last season. And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Plumlee hits them both. Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Hornets trail by 4. And Sessions kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Sessions. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Bellinelli's got his first bucket in this one. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. It's stolen by Sessions. Kaminsky kicks to Sessions. There's the dish to Bellinelli. Pick by Zeller. Lock at 6. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
Here's Milwaukee now. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, and for them, that was a bit embarrassing. So expect them to come back with a point to prove tonight.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating them to the spot. Well done.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. A perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17. Also, 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
That's tipped. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
One shot. One shot.
After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Charlotte in the lead. Sessions with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. And Paul's great assist by Ramon Sessions.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
Here's Dellavedova. He had 10 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando. Plumlee dishes to Henson. Pass to Vaughn. Here's Dellavedova. He's covered by Sessions. Teletovic passes to Henson. No good. And the Hornets now going the other way.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Kicks to Teletovic. Lock at 6. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Henson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Charlotte leading by 3. Now here's Sessions. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Henson, a screen on Sessions. Dellavedova kicks to Henson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And it's now only a 1-point Hornets lead. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Kaminsky. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
So it's the Bucks now. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Henson. He's tightly guarded. Here's Teletovic. No good. That would have tied it. Now Bellinelli. He's got 11. Passes it to Sessions. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And that does it for the first quarter. Hornets lead by 6. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
He may be having fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continuing to play the same game you've been playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward, and it's Monroe in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now we get a chance to view the NBA leaders in assists. Second is Kemba Walker.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Bucks trail by 5.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. You just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Hibbert missing.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing he can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field, and you expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Kept alive.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Carter Williams. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. No good. That would have tied it. For Charlotte, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And that's now 6 points for Lamb.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Antetokounmpo against the 2. Antetokounmpo passes to Parker. Here's Middleton. That's short off the rim. Here's Monroe. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season, top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So, Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
Middleton against Batum. Batum brings the double team. A shot by Middleton, wide open. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Williams a screen. Freed up. Nice work off the pick. And it's 7 points now in the game for Walker.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The three ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
You know, going back to Giannis, he has the physical makeup and skill set to be a triple-double guy. I mean, there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to fulfill his potential, except consistency. That's the area he's got to tighten up.
The free throw is good from Antetokounmpo.
And talking about Giannis, he was clearly one of the very best players in that 2013 draft. Selected number 15 overall by the Bucks. And if you looking back, to me, that's what we have to call a steal with the kind of player he's developed into.
Williams. Shot is off. Good D by Parker.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
On the wing, Batum. Antetokounmpo defending. Antetokounmpo against Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hibbert. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
And Land kicks to Walker. Shoots from 14. And the Hornets miss again.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
And on the topic of Hibbert, he was an enigma in college. Had a very encouraging junior season. Looked like a future lottery pick. And then that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably.
Charlotte moving the ball around. He dishes it to Batum. Off target from outside. Bucks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Middleton for 3. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Sessions checked in for Charlotte. Charlotte has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Walker dishes to Hibbert. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And it's 8 points for Roy Hibbert.
You know, going back to Hibbert, last season was a perfect example of what we're talking about in terms of consistency. One game he puts up 22 and 8, the next game 2 and 1. But you know, every team in the league would like to be in the Roy Hibbert game once the light finally goes on and stays on. Consistency, the challenge for Hibbert.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the league. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Milwaukee has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Middleton against Walker. Monroe sets a screen for Middleton. He kicks it to Monroe. Back to Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been. Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Middleton against Walker. And it's Hibbert missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And Sessions kicks to Hibbert. Good work defensively by Monroe.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Parker with it. He's picked up by Walker. Carter Williams with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Batum inside the three-point line. And again, the Hornets missing.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it. Some guys will try to overpower you at the rim, but he likes to elude you and trick you. He's got quickness and a soft touch.
Took him no time at all on that one. That's 10 points for Roy Hibbert.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And stolen by Hibbert. 3-on-3. There's Walker with the 3. Good. And now just a 1-point Bucks lead. Milwaukee has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Williams comes with a double team. Middleton outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. The Hornets, number 1.
You know, this year they've been the number 1 team in terms of steals. They put an awful lot of pressure on the ball handler, and they also, as a team, do a good job of jamming the passing lanes. Textbook defense is what they play.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
What a game here for Walker. 10 points and 6 assists.
And this is something you don't see every day. A guy who's just as hot on the inside as he is on the out.
I'd simply say he's dialed in. I mean, he's got a focus to him that's palpable.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Hibbert. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Bellinelli in for Sessions.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking him down today.
Plumlee trying to break loose. And again, the Bucks miss. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the 2nd best defensive rating in the NBA.
Feeds to Bellinelli. Pick by Zeller. 4 on the clock. Pulls up. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And guys, the Bucks were great across the board defensively. Top 5 in field goal percentage defense. Top 10 in three-point field goal defense. And of course, created a lot of turnovers too.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Walker the pass to Bellinelli. Back to Walker. Here's Zeller, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And a big part of why the Bucks were so good on defense is because they got back on defense. They allowed the fewest fast break points in the league. Hustling back in transition goes a long way with the team's D.
One of the more recognizable names in the draft this year from Wisconsin, Frank Kaminsky, mostly because of his play, his terrific play at the college level, Clark.
Player of the year in college basketball, Frank the Tank led the Badgers to a chance at the national championship. They came up short against Duke, but he showed himself to be a leader and a multi-skilled big man.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And guys, with Kaminsky, he has all the intangibles. You know, wasn't selected higher because of maybe a lack of athleticism. But this is a kid who is a winner through and through, and I think has a tremendous upside in terms of his NBA future.
Charlotte has gone 5 of 9 when they put up a three-point shot tonight. Now here's Walker, guarded closer. From 11 feet away, Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And you know, sometimes people to me look too much at what a player can't do instead of what they can do. Kaminsky has legit height and is extremely skilled as a power forward. Won't blow you away with anything, but I think he'll contribute in the NBA for a long time.
Down low. Here's Bellinelli. 11 points in the game. This is to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving it around. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 13. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Walker. Mark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis.
Right. Here's Kaminsky. The rebound by the Bucks.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Teletovic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got his 5th assist in this one.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Lamb dishes to Zeller. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And he gets it to go. Zeller's got 8 points. Here's Dellavedova. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Henson with the screen. The tray. Cannot hit. Lamb. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Bucks on top. They lead by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, thank you. Roy, I know you have just a couple seconds, but in a nutshell, what's going to be your approach going into the second half?
Well, we're just going to make sure we keep them off the board and keep them out of transition.
Thank you, Roy. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. It's turning out to be a close game at Time Warner Cable Arena. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Well, Marco Bellinelli in this one. He's got 13 points and a couple of nice steals, too. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
How about the activity of those hands here today?
The Hornets trail. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marvin Williams. And it's Hibbert in at the center, locking down the middle. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Hibbert with a screen for Walker. Just 5 on the clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Williams, that's a two-pointer. Rebounded by the Bucks. Monroe's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. And a strong finish with two hands. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 11 rebounds.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Hibbert with the screen. Parker against Williams. He feeds it to Lamb. Williams, a screen on Parker. Here's Lamb, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Parker left side. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Hibbert. Fast break now for Charlotte, and that one's good. 8 points for Lamb.
Great unspoken communication between teammates, leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Carter Williams, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And Monroe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pocket 6, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Batum, good.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Parker against Williams. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's off the back rim. No good. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach. I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
And the shot is good.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Timeout called the Bucks.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42. And not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
Charlotte making a switch. Sessions is checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The thing about Marvin Williams, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, the one thing he does is he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Nicholas Batum. His last 10 games, he's averaging 10 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And they're able to recover, and he gets it to go. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Monroe outside. There's the feed to Middleton. Back to Monroe. 5 on the clock, and so the ball out of bounds. Hibbert touched it last.
Over the last 10 games, Kevin, you can see where the Bucks rank in the league stats. 5th in blocks, 5th in field goal percentage, and they are in the top third of the league in assists. With the quality of players they have, you thought they might be better there, but not bad.
You talked about their spot in the shot blocking rankings. Their length and presence inside is not to be taken lightly. And trust me, their opponents are very conscious of it every time they drive the ball.
And when it comes to Michael Carter Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Well, going back to Michael Carter Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Some fantastic numbers here for Roy Hibbert. 12 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
And whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor. And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds. With the wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
He hits the second from the line. Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
And Middleton has improved every year as well. Added the three-point shot after the rookie season, which made him very tough to deal with offensively.
Here's Hibbert. The shot is off. And Milwaukee the other way now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. The pass to Sessions. And Lamb with the basket on the assist by Sessions. And that's 10 points for Lamb. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Hornets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, They're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Batum dishes to Sessions. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And for Middleton, adding that three-point shot was huge. I mean, not only can he keep teams honest outside, but he hits over 40% of his shots from beyond the arc.
Charlotte leading by 4. Here's Batum. Here's Lamb. That's tipped. It's Parker with the drive. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 8 points for Parker.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
Charlotte calls timeout. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Zeller. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Cav, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris. Count that one.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Here's Dellavedova. He's covered by Sessions. Umley with the screen. Passed it to Lenovich. The dish to Dellavedova. It's stolen by Sessions. Fast break now for Charlotte. Sessions is running. Here's Zeller. Matt Paul's great assist by Ramon Sessions. And it's a 6-point Charlotte lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
The Bucks have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. A free throw off from Plumlee. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Well, unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Soft touch off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 6.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls. But they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Pass to Plumlee. It's deflected and stolen by Zeller. Sessions passes to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Zeller. That one wide left.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
And here's Sessions. He has 6. Kicks it to Bellinelli. Out left to the wing. 4 on the clock. Kaminsky sets the pick for Sessions. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 6th rebound on the night. Dellavedova kicks to Plumlee. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Sessions with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Now Bellinelli passes to Zeller. Releases. The Hornets rebound. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Zeller. They set the screen. Out to the right wing. And Sessions kicks to Zeller. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Zeller. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter. Bucks trail by 6. Here's Dellavedova. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Walker's checked in for Charlotte. And the Hornets with possession here. Pops in the layup for 2. And now it's an 8-point Hornets lead.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And it's Dellavedova missing. Charlotte leading by 8. From 13, Teletovic grabs the board.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Vaughn gets the bucket.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Floats one up. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Bucks trail by 8. And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and a will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about it, you add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
But he stays with it. Tries again. He gives them a double-digit lead. Kid Gilchrist has got 8 points here in this quarter.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
And there's the pass to Vaughn. He dishes it to Plumlee, and stolen by Zeller. Now Bellinelli. He's got 15.
And talking about Kid Gilchrist, yes, he's worked to fix his shooting form last season, but the real improvement was made on the boards. He averaged 7.5 rebounds a game in only 29 minutes of play. That is outstanding.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Hornets. And then for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Miles Plumlee. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Vaughn.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
And for Kid Gilchrist, he was accustomed to so much winning in high school, college, international competition. He's had a rough first 3 years in the NBA, making the playoffs only once in that time. But he's a real warrior, so that has to be killing him inside.
And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season. He was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Batum. We saw that wrist bother Batum all season long. His shooting numbers down drastically. Clark, a major blow for him.
And you know what? The league might have to look at that. I mean, Sanders got a 1-game suspension, but is that really enough to discourage that kind of reckless foul? It's a thin line, but I think it's worth a further look.
Both free throws good from Batum. And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Zeller, a screen on Carter Williams. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Still Hornets ball. Substitution on the
court. Here's Williams. Soft touch off the glass. Williams has got the lead up to 14 now for the Hornets.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
And the dunk by Parker.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
5 seconds left in the third quarter. There's Walker with the 3. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hornets lead by 12. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Bucks trail by 12. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Greg Monroe is out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Carter Williams in at the point guard position.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Batum for 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Monroe's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo and stolen by Hibbert. Here's Lamb. Rebound, Milwaukee. Monroe's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Poked away. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Hornets leading by 10. And here is Lamb. Hibbert with the screen. Batum dishes to Hibbert. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Middleton outside. Hibbert against Monroe. Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. Middleton for 3. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Hibbert with the screen. Lamb passes to Walker. And Parker comes with the help. Here's Williams. That is good.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
And Milwaukee has possession. Carter Williams kicks to Parker, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Hornets leading by 9. Charlotte calls timeout. And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
And the Hornets call time here.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really two different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates them.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Roy Hibbert.
First free throw is good. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Hibbert hits them both. Bucks trail by 13. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
Charlotte's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Walker dishes to Williams. He kicks to Hibbert. Good work defensively by Monroe.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
That's good.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Walker with it. Williams, a screen on Carter Williams. Hibbert, the pass to Williams. Walker. Good work defensively by Monroe.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
Exactly. Alert and aware. Really reacted quickly to that shot attempt.
And stolen by Hibbert. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Charlotte no good that time either. Bucks trail by 9. Middleton dishes to Parker. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Knocked loose. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's a Teletovic is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so it's Charlotte with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. Williams from outside. Rebounded by the Bucks.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. Charlotte leading by 9. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third personal foul.
Now Parker comes with the help. Here's Hibbert. You know what? So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And Middleton kicks to Parker. Parker double team. Here's Teletovic. That 3 off the mark. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Hibbert the bucket on the assist by Walker. 19 points for Roy Hibbert.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Teletovic.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
And all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach drew.
They grabbed their own miss. Bucks trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Charlotte has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. The shot by Hibbert, nobody around. That doesn't go either for Hibbert. Milwaukee's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Carter Williams with it. He's picked up by Walker. Carter Williams, the pass to Parker. Teletovic in the corner. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game. Charlotte leading by 6. Here's Walker. Outside Williams. 11 feet away. Again, the miss by Hibbert.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Carter Williams dishes to Middleton. Back to Carter Williams. All alone. Teletovic's shot is good. And now it's just a 4-point Charlotte lead. The Hornets shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And Lamb kicks to Walker. They double him with Middleton. There's the triple. Rebound by Craig Monroe. Monroe's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. Middleton against Kid Gilchrist. Right wing. Here's Carter Williams. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Now Lamb. Here's Williams. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip. 5 for 10.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Marvin Williams. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
And he can't get the first one.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. And he sinks the second.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
Walker, the pass to Williams. To the right side. Lamb. That 3 off the mark.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Monroe dishes to Middleton. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Here's Walker. The rebound by the Bucks.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And Monroe kicks to Carter Williams. Teletovic in the corner, out to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Williams with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Batum's running, and he dunks it down.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Parker.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Now here's Lamb, defended by Middleton. Now here's Walker. 5 on the clock. No good from Lamb.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Dishes it to Toledich. He feeds it to Monroe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Outside, Batum. The feed to Walker. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
He hasn't had as many opportunities at the line as he had in the first half.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Kemba Walker.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line. And on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
Middleton the pass to Carter Williams. The dish to Monroe. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 6 assists in the game.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Charlotte calls timeout. They lead by 1. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Puts it up off the inbound. Walker's shot is off. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Monroe outside. Back to Antetokounmpo to take the lead. Shot is no good. Great D that time from Batum. Charlotte in the lead. Over to the wing. Lots of room. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Walker. And 12 points for Lamb.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Back to Antetokounmpo. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Walker. Hibbert with a screen on Carter Williams. And Walker kicks to Hibbert. Tries again. Sinks it.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Pass to Carter Williams. Stolen by Walker. And an intentional foul right there. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
And Michael Carter-Williams gets the whistle that time. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Going to the line, Kemba Walker. Shooting 2.
And the first of two, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 6. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
Here's Dellavedova. A 3 off the inbound. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
And really the defense not organized on that inbounds play, and boy, do they pay the price with the triple. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game. They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3-ball would do just that.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're losing by 5. 6 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
You know, and not only do you want to draw up a score here, but it's got to be a quick one.
Yeah, it has to be quick. They've got to convert, and then there has to be an immediate foul.
From deep 3-point range, shot is off. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Roy Hibbert. Roy, what does this sort of grinded-out win say about your basketball team?
We're a tough team. We let the grind wins out. And, you know, sometimes it's not always pretty, but we're trying to get the job done. And our bench did a great job of keeping us in there, so I'm really happy.
A great team effort, Roy. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker. What'd you think, Shaq?
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around this quickly, it's a nice surprise. Play after play, he was getting after it, making plays, and making it look easy.
Kemba Walker's game is all about desire, and you can see it. He wanted to win tonight. He ran the show so beautifully. He made big play after big play. His quickness and ball handling is probably top 5 in the league.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.